Arguably, one of the most cliché scenes in funny movies is someone getting kicked in the groin. Oh, we all know it only too well. They slowly fall to their knees, their eyes roll back, and their voice jumps 8 octaves. Truth be told, it can be pretty funny, but only when it happens to someone else. If you've ever gotten kicked in the testicles, you know it's one of the most painful experiences. But why is this? What makes it hurt so bad and for so long? Could you die from it? Make sure you're wearing a cup, Brainiacs, because we're kicking down the doors of knowledge to find out why a groin kick hurts so much. Let's first talk about what causes the extreme pain and why getting kicked between the legs hurts way more than, say, getting punched in the arm or if someone gave you a slap on the back. There are actually a few reasons for the super amount of pain. And when they all add up together, you get a perfect storm for some extreme ouchies. And here's why. First of all, the groin is not a very well protected place, at least with regards to natural protection that other parts of the body may have. You may not have realized it, but things like bones, muscle, and even body fat are all natural shock absorbers. And they work surprisingly well. Let's say you get kicked in the hamstring. Well, it's an area with a huge amount of muscle. Not to mention it has a thick layer of skin and a sturdy bone that can absorb the force of the kick. Your genitals? Well, they are an organ that is very much exposed without any natural shock absorbers. So when you get kicked there, you literally get kicked there. And your groin is going to take the full force of the kick. And it's gonna hurt. But that's just one factor for why a kick in the testicles hurts as bad as it does. Let's not forget this is a very sensitive area of the body already. The male genitalia has more than 4,000 nerve cells, so any trauma here is going to be felt. But get this, if you get kicked here, you're not just going to feel it in the area that you were kicked. Oh no, you're going to feel it elsewhere on your body too. And there's a scientific reason for that. Which brings us to the last reason that pain here is extra painful. It's because other areas of the body will be affected. Because of the way the human body is built, the pain receptors activated won't just stay local to your groin due to nerves that travel up into your abdomen. Here's how it works. Let's say you drop a bowling ball on your foot. Yes, of course it's gonna hurt, but the pain will stay local to your foot because the nerves there developed solely in your foot. When the human body is growing and starts to form testicles, they actually start their development near the kidneys, and this means that there is a major nerve that connects your abdomen to your testicles. So, if a bowling ball is dropped on your groin, oh boy, it's gonna hurt up in your stomach and your lower spine and even in your buttocks too. All because of that nerve. There's a name for this kind of pain, where you are injured in one area but you feel it in others, and it's called referred pain. Believe it or not, if you've ever experienced brain freeze after wolfing down an Italian water ice too fast, then you are experiencing referred pain. Now, we know what you're thinking. If this area is so sensitive, then why in the world did we evolve to have male genitalia so vulnerable? Why did we develop this super sensitive organ on the outside of our bodies? Wouldn't it have made sense to have this organ on the inside, like our kidneys or spleen? This seems like a horrible idea, evolution. Well, hold on a second. Don't hate on good old evolution just yet and start thinking that Mother Nature was trying to play some kind of sick joke. See, the job of the testicles is to produce sperm, and these tiny reproductive cells are extremely fragile. In fact, they have to be a certain temperature that is cooler than the temperature inside the human body for them to survive. By humans evolving so that the testicles are away from the rest of the body, we are able to keep these cells that contain our genetic material alive, so we can reproduce. But here's an even more incredible fact. If the body senses that the testicles are getting too cold, a muscle, called the cremasteric muscle, will become tensed, and this will draw the scrotum closer to the body so that things can warm back up. It's truly an amazing organ, Brainiacs. But let's get back to the effects of a swift kick to the groin. What symptoms can you expect? And how long will it last? And what can you do to protect yourself? Pain is definitely one feeling you're going to feel. Duh. But nausea and even vomiting can also occur. As for someone's voice raising up a few octaves, well, this one is sort of based in truth, but in reality it is more just an old slapstick joke. Scientifically, no. There's not a direct correlation between a kick in the groin and suddenly being able to sing the high notes in the Ave Maria aria. But it is possible that you would tighten your diaphragm and tense your abdominal muscles. This could produce a lighter or higher-pitched sound. But as for instantly being able to belt those Ariana Grande notes, nah, that's just in the movies. The pain that you would feel would ease up as time went on, but it's going to take a little while. In most cases, doctors say a good 15 minutes have to pass until you're back to normal. But depending on how hard the groin trauma is, the pain can last up to an hour. Even though the best route is to wait it out, there are a few instances when you should see your doctor. If you ever find that you have difficulty going to the bathroom, or you develop a fever, or there is bruising or swelling, or that the pain lasts longer than an hour, it's time to get over to the nearest hospital and let a medical professional see what's going on. Luckily though, doctors agree that when it comes to groin trauma, it's pretty safe to say that you wouldn't die from a kick to this area of the body. Or would you? While a direct kick to the testicles isn't going to kill you, continued trauma over a long period of time can spell disaster, and you could wind up developing testicular cancer. This is exactly why stuntman and Jackass star Steve-O, who has taken many a kick to his family jewels over the years from some pretty famous people including Johnny Knoxville and Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones, has decided to retire this, stunt from his repertoire. He has stated that his doctor told him there has been so much trauma to that area of his body over so many years of his life that he could very well develop testicular cancer if he continues to get kicked in the groin. So he publicly said he's done with the stunt, mainly because he wants to continue to do fire-breathing backflips or putting hot sauce in his eyes for the rest of his career. Wait a minute, he's retired from crotch kicks but will continue to pour hot sauce in his eyes? This man is truly insane. Insanely awesome. However, it should be said that that is the opinion of just one doctor. There have been only a few tests and studies done, and while there was some evidence to support this claim, the results are still inconclusive. Unfortunately, it seems that the only way we will know for sure if getting kicked in the groin hundreds and hundreds of times will lead to cancer, we need more data. Any volunteers out there, Brainiacs? Anyone? We didn't think so. Let's wrap up today with some steps you can take to keep yourself injury-free in this area of the body, especially if you know you're going to be in a situation where you could potentially get hurt in the groin, like playing baseball, hockey, or karate. Jock straps, also called athletic supporters, are made of cloth and keep the testicles close to the body so that they aren't out in the open in potentially dangerous scenarios. Weightlifting, cycling, and dancing are just a few of the sports where a jock strap is recommended. Athletic cups are the other option for crotch protection. They are made of hard plastic and cover the entire groin area to prevent injury. Sports that have high-speed objects, or have clubs or bats, are going to be those activities where you want to be wearing a cup, Brainiacs. Soccer, cricket, lacrosse, football, and many, many more sports all come to mind as a cup is required activity. After all, if you think getting kicked in the groin is bad, imagine getting hit there full speed by something like a hockey puck. I mean, those little dudes have been clocked in at traveling as fast as 105 miles per hour. Now that would hurt. Well, it seems that if you get kicked right in the crotch, there's quite a few reasons that it's going to hurt so bad. But when it comes down to it, this is just a very sensitive part of the body, and it's not a very well protected area. If you know you are going to partake in an activity where you could potentially get hit in the groin, I mean, hey, maybe you're trying to be the next Steve-O, then make sure to take all the necessary precautions and give yourself some time to recover afterwards, too. We'll see you in the next video, Brainiacs. If you learned something today, click that like button. We can't tell you how much it helps us out. and it allows us to make even more science videos to fill your brain with knowledge. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more brainy content. We've got all your burning science questions right here.